The hour has come. With the flute's magic in dangerous hands, and darkness on the horizon, Johan and Peewit face their greatest challenge yet. The final battle begins now, and the fate of the kingdom will be decided. This is Chapter 8, the grand finale. Elgenheim strides confidently down the dock, passing by the barrels and sailors, heading towards the town as a dockworker gestures towards him with curiosity. Peewit, Johan, and a sailor lean over the ship's edge, with Johan urging Peewit to hurry and keep track of Elgenheim, ensuring they have the flute with them as the sailor wishes them luck. Elgenheim continues his determined march through the bustling town streets, while Peewit and Johan follow closely behind, trying to remain inconspicuous among the townsfolk. Johan alerts Peewit to Elgenheim's sudden right turn down a narrow alley, causing a passerby to look on in confusion. Elgenheim reaches a secluded spot and exclaims with satisfaction as he finds what he was looking for. Johan and Peewit, determined to keep up, move quickly and stealthily around the corner. Peewit and Johan race through a cobblestone alley, determined not to lose sight of Elgenheim. Inside a rustic tavern, Matt thus discreetly slides a pouch of gold coins across the table to a man, promising more at Castle Elgenheim. Inside a rustic tavern, Matt thus discreetly slides a pouch of gold coins across the table to a man, promising more at Castle Elgenheim. Inside a dimly lit room, Matt thus confronts Elgenheim, who holding a stack of papers, denying having sent any message. Elgenheim insists Matt thus look at them. Matt thus, flustered, examines the papers, claiming he didn't write them, while Elgenheim questions who could have done so and for what purpose. Determined to solve the mystery, Matt thus decides to confront the fisherman who brought Elgenheim there, suspecting a conspiracy. Johan and Peewit are searching determinedly through the streets, convinced the Elgenheim can't be far away, while Matt thus and Elgenheim walk to the corner of a nearby doorway. Finally, the two groups meets on the corner of the street. Johan warns Peewit to watch out. Matt thus and Elgenheim react with surprise at their sudden approach, caught off guard by their determined presence. Peewit and Matt thus begins to play their flute. They have start melody fight. While they battling, Johan and Elgenheim bodies start moving uncontrollably. Peewit's and Mathis' energetic flute playing creates a chaotic scene, causing Johan to leap into action with a powerful punch against Elgenheim, sending him flying backward. Peewit's and Mathis' energetic flute playing creates a chaotic scene, causing Johan to leap into action with a powerful punch against Elgenheim, sending him flying backward. The musical duel intensifies as Peewit and Matthias play their pipes with increasing fervor, their notes swirling around them and lighting up the alleyway with their vibrant energy. As the duel continues, Matt thus Peppersack is taken aback by Peewit's energetic playing, his eyes wide with surprise as musical notes swirl around them both. Peewit's lively tune sends Matt thus stumbling backwards, losing his balance as his hat flies off. The music seems to lift Peewit off the ground, his feet barely touching the cobblestones as he plays with unyielding enthusiasm. Both musicians are now caught in a whirlwind of sound, spinning and leaping in the air as their music reaches a fever pitch. The cobblestones beneath them seem to bounce in rhythm, highlighting the magical energy of their musical duel. Peewit and Matt thus continue their musical duel, with notes flying between them like fireworks, each trying to outplay the other. The intensity of their performance has them both looking determined and slightly overwhelmed. Their vigorous playing eventually brings them both to their knees, still blowing into their instruments with all their might. Stars and notes swirl around them, showing the exertion and magical energy of their efforts. Despite their exhaustion, they exchange determined glances and decide to give it one more musical whirl. With a synchronized PFFF, they blow into their instruments, filling the air with a comical symphony. Peewit suddenly unleashes a triumphant note that sends Johan tumbling backward in surprise, stars swirling once more around his head. Peewit's eyes twinkle with mischief as he celebrates his unexpected musical victory. Peewit triumphantly declares his success, clutching a couple of mysterious items, while Johan lies on the ground, still dazed from Peewit's musical antics. Laughter echoes through the cobblestone street as Peewit revels in his small victory. Later, a sturdy ship sails across the sparkling sea, carrying our heroes on a new adventure. The waves dance under the sun, promising excitement and treasure beyond the horizon. On board the ship, Johan and Peewit uncover a fortune in treasure, celebrating their discovery with gleeful grins. Two bandits, bound to the mast, fume helplessly as their nefarious plans come to a comedic halt. Peewit excitedly holds up two magical flutes, imagining endless fun, while Johan insists they must return them to the Smurfs. The air hums with adventure, but Johan's logic prevails over Peewit's playful dreams. Peewit is puzzled by Johan's caution, questioning his sanity with wide eyes. Johan, pointing out the chaos caused by the flutes, reminds Peewit of their perilous journey. Johan elaborates on the mayhem, recounting how cities were plundered for the flutes, while Peewit sulks, still hoping to keep one. Despite the disappointment, Peewit's mischievous spirit remains unbroken. Johan firmly declares that the flutes must be returned to their land of origin, ensuring they won't cause any more chaos. Peewit, still clutching to his dreams, listens with a pout, plotting his next move. Peewit whispers to a shipmate, asking for a piece of wood and a knife, sparking intrigue. Eager to assist, the shipmate nods enthusiastically and rushes off to fulfill Peewit's request. Peewit kneels beside a wooden chest, focused on carving a small piece of wood with a knife. 3 days later, a Smurf peers excitedly over a rock near Gravelingen, spotting something unexpected and letting out a surprised exclamation. The Smurf joyfully announces to Papa Smurf and the others that they have found what they were looking for, adding a sense of excitement to their discovery. Johan proudly rides in a cart pulled by a horse, announcing their successful mission to the Smurfs, who cheer in celebration. Amidst the excitement, a Smurf humorously considers giving a playful smack to Matthias Peppersack and Elgenheim, who are tied up in the cart. Curiously, Papa Smurf asks about Peewit's whereabouts, and Johan explains that Peewit stayed behind, busy with a mysterious project. Peewit is riding a goat through the forest, fiddling with a small project in his hands, determinedly saying he's almost finished. With a satisfied smile, Peewit holds up 2 identical flutes, pleased with his work and exclaiming that they match perfectly. Suddenly, Peewit is startled by the arrival of the Smurfs. He clutches the finished flute, ready to share them with his tiny blue friends. Johan enthusiastically recounts how Peewit managed to tie up the bandits, while surrounded by Smurfs who listen intently. The Smurfs are gathered around, clearly impressed by the tale of bravery and teamwork. Papa Smurf congratulates everyone on restoring order, mentioning that the money is returned and justice served. He asks about the flutes, wondering if they intend to keep them. Johan quickly assures Papa Smurf that they will return the flutes, with Peewit eagerly agreeing. Papa Smurf praises Johan and Peewit for their decision, emphasizing the potential trouble the flutes could have caused. Peewit excitedly confirms that he already mentioned this to Johan, feeling validated by Papa Smurf's approval. As they prepare to leave, Johan expresses hope that they might see the Smurfs again in the future. Peewit agrees, acknowledging that time will reveal their fate, while the Smurfs wave them off with cheerful farewells. With a final wave, Johan and Peewit bid farewell to the Smurfs, watching them fly off on birds. The 2 friends, now ready for their journey back, share a hopeful goodbye with their new friends. Johan confidently reassures Peewit that the enchanted flute will no longer cause uncontrollable dancing, while Peewit giggles mischievously, holding the flute in his hands. Struck by curiosity, Peewit decides to test the flute again, playing a few notes as Johan watches in surprise. Peewit, now shocked, realizes flute that he holds is not the magical flute by the replica that he crafted. Peewit, lying on the ground, realizes with a groan that he mistakenly returned the correct flute, while Johan stands by, puzzled and unsure of the situation. The horse and goat watch curiously as Peewit laments his error. With the realization settling in, the adventure concludes on a note that promises more Smurf-filled tales ahead. The end signals a humorous close to Peewit's misadventure with the magical whistle. And so, the final chapter comes to an end, the adventure complete, the journey fulfilled. Thank you for following Johan, Peewit, and the Smurfs through every twist, laugh, and battle along the way. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you again in another story. Until then, stay curious, stay brave, and keep the magic alive.